One night, out on the booze with aspirations to seduce the opposite sex, my best peacocking moves only produced a bruising indifference, the opposite of sex. I awaited my bus musing in a chip shop, moderately vexed, when a voice from the corner beckoned me over. I eyed him suspiciously, judiciously noting his aroma. It was eye-watering and rendered me almost immediately sober. His eyes darted like a rat checking for hazard, or as though trying to gather thoughts he had carelessly scattered. He was wearing a suit made entirely of tatters, bespattered with grease marks in surprising patterns. He had a vagabond's dapper, a kind of Dickensian swagger, and with a haughty manner of inflated grandeur, he cleared his throat and got straight to the matter. "Well, son, it's your lucky day. You have no idea what good fortune has come your way." His thick Cockney accent was a thing to be marvelled, like a garbled Dick Van Dyke gargling a cheekful of marbles. Onto the table he emptied an array of treasures. "Acquired," said he, "through death-defying endeavour. Now let's see, what have I got for thee? If you pardon my boldness, do I detect trouble with the ladies? I notice you were conspicuously alone sat there with your chips and gravy. Now come, son, don't deny it, don't despair. I have solutions for you to try if you dare. I have made a potion from Aphrodite's hair that can make your erudition as debonair as Voltaire and imbue you with such irresistible flair." I raised a hand. "I've seen you every time I come in, accosting customers with lofty tales, gloss with bluster but sketchy in details, thinly veiled, pushy hard sales, apocryphal fables, facilitating inflated appraisals of the same shit you lay before me on this very table." But without a flicker of facial betrayal, he calmly continued his basal travails. He smiled, a smile of yellow teeth, baccy-stained, housed within his placid face. He raised his hands and gave a quick laugh. "You have a keen eye, son, so on your behalf I won't bore you with this tourist tat that I save for the less discerning riff-raff." Then faster than a Shaolin master, swinging a slick staff, he pulled from his pocket a grimy hip flask. "When backpacking out along the Hudson River in Poughkeepsie, I once got tipsy with some travelling gypsies who infused mixed herbs and lavender and whiskey, and though tricky, if the proportions are just right, one is conferred with a clairvoyant second sight." He jiggled the flask with a glint in his eye. "I'll happily pour you a splash for an appropriate price." To which said I, "Nah, I'm all right." Very well, but this you can't refuse," as he pulled out a handkerchief that looked decidedly used. "This I won from the 37th incarnation of the first Jade Emperor, in a Guangdong basement during a game of Mahjong. It's the silk woven from dragon scales, indelibly strong. Wear it as a pocket square as part of your attire, and you can speak the language of dragons and be invulnerable to fire," said I. "Listen, I'm not going to call you a liar, but I think my Uber's probably close. I'm going to keep an eye out for the driver." Okay, material items can be taken, but can I interest you in knowledge, the one gift once given that cannot be forsaken? I know what to do when the magpie gives you its feather. I know 7 ancient words that control the weather. I know the real reason Cain slew Abel. I know a dance that calms earthquake and make the ground stable. I know the recipes for truth, serums and tonics for your immune system. I've memorised lost scriptures of Buddhism." I zoned out, contemplating why it's better to stay at home before blurting, "For fuck's sake, if I give you a tenner, will you leave me alone?" "Now, son, I won't take money for nothing. I have to give you something. I'm an honest peddler, or haven't you been listening?" He flicked a glistening object through the air, whistling. "Sold! Have this old thing!" In my palm rolled a gold ring, and to shut him up I put the damn thing on, which is when things went decidedly wrong. The ring grasped me, I couldn't remove it, too fast to even gasp. This was bad, I just knew it. I felt my spine shiver and sort of bend to a hunch. My skin withered and my knuckles got gnarled with a crunch. Before my eyes, my whole body sort of shrunk. "What have you done?" I cried, hearing my voice in horror, realising I was the old man in the corner. The former old man, now youthful and tall, roared with a laughter that was bouncing off the walls. At last I am free. It was my task, you see. It's the way of the world, my supplanted dear chap. Since the beginning of time, drunk people demanded greasy snacks, but no one wants to serve them with their incessant banal chat, risking vomit or violence from these petulant brats. 70 years ago I came in drunk and the owner tricked me, and I've been indentured through the power of that ring to this Chippy. Every 10 years I have an hour to sell it, and anyone who buys it has the curse to inherit. So that's my story, that's the truth of the old thing. Now, can I interest any of you in a genuine gold ring?